It's training camp season. Today we're looking at the Cleveland Browns and we're on Shedeur Sanders watch. And I do have a little bit of Shedeur Sanders for you today, even though he's dealing with the oblique injury. But there's a lot to talk about here with the Cleveland Browns and the quarterbacks. Before we dig in, though, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at training camp every day. We're looking at practice every day, even though it's ramping up. We're looking at your rookies, position battles, guys you're drafting in fantasy football here soon. Click that button. Stop missing out. But they had another joint practice with the Eagles. And Dillon Gabriel did it again. He did it again. 1 for 5. Flacco 7 for 10. Gabriel did have some drops. He got a touchdown in there, but 1 for 5. Going after what we covered yesterday. The offense looks much better. From what I've read, just refreshing the beat writers. Flacco was cooking a bit today. Compared to yesterday, it wasn't so much. It wasn't so much on the offense. Flacco looked a lot better today. That's what we heard. And going over yesterday's numbers, if they got it down here, where Gabriel, completed 6 of 19 balls yesterday. He completed 6 of 19 balls. Flacco 6 of 13. So you're seeing a huge improvement here with the Browns today. With Flacco. Not really Gabriel. There were a lot of drops noted throughout the tweets. But Flacco was doing solid. Gabriel, not so much. He is getting the start on Saturday. But what you're here for, Shedeur Sanders. And Shedeur Sanders is out there. We're not throwing. But here's pre-practice. I got a couple clips. And he was working through drills, toughing it out, handing it off. He was out there. Looking good. Being cheerful. And then here's from yesterday. This was the oblique injury. If you did not watch my video from yesterday, this was part of it. I covered a bunch of that. Shedeur Sanders, the oblique injury. You're starting to see some of it. David and Joker saying, yeah, buddy, just don't go out there today. Just don't do it. Talking about it. Whatever they said, I'm kind of joking. Some people take me serious. But there we go. Shedeur Sanders trying to work through it. Get out there. I said it was released from ESPN Cleveland. That's where it got it yesterday. But it was released by somebody else. I do not know who that is. And then yesterday at practice, him coming out there. Him getting ready. Him getting fired up for practice yesterday. What we saw. Shedeur Sanders going out there yesterday, getting ready for the Eagles. Him stretching, him warming up. This is prior to the oblique. And yesterday, as we were refreshing the tweets and everything, they were not mentioning it. They did not know. The beat writers didn't. They did not know till after practice what was up with Shedeur Sanders. That's the thing about that. Then we came on right after the practice, and we talked about he wasn't out there, and we were wondering why. And it came out to be the oblique. But he was out there. He's always out there early before practice. He's always one of the first ones out there. Here's clips from one of the other practices, probably the last couple of them. But Shedeur Sanders back out there. Should be day-to-day. Should be back sooner than later. Not going to be out there on Saturday. Dillon Gabriel is going to get the start. Dillon Gabriel completed 7 passes and 11 on versus 11s in the last 2 days. With Kenny Pickett not in 11 versus 11s. Shedeur not in 11 versus 11s. Kenny Pickett getting work with the 2s. He completed 7 passes in the last 2 days. He was 6 for 19, 1 for 5 today. So 7 for 24 in the last 2 days. That's math on the top of the dome right there, so I could be off. That's rough. That's rough. And to put things in perspective, the practice before joint practices, all the quarterbacks looked good. And then before that, Dillon Gabriel was a mess. Like 2, 3, 4 practices in a row before the practice before the joint practices earlier this week. Before that, he was a mess. He was a mess. Balls batted down at the line of scrimmage. We went over those highlights yesterday. And I went over the good highlights. I went over those. I went over the good practice. And then we went over a couple of those bad practices, those highlights. And people in the comment section, that video blew up. Almost 30K views. And I was talking about it all along. And then I showed it. And I might be wrong on Dillon Gabriel. I had him as a very good backup quarterback in the league that will be in the league for a long time. But he's not really supposed to be in the situation where he's competing. People are paying attention to him a lot. He's supposed to get these Shedeur Sanders reps, honestly. That's what he's supposed to be getting. He's supposed to be learning. He's supposed to be developing. He's supposed to get these Shadur Sanders reps with the threes and equipment guys right now. That's what he's supposed to be getting. He's developmental backup quarterback. After he's developed, probably be a very good backup in the league. Maybe have a run as a starter 2, 3, 4 games due to injuries to the starter. Probably hold it down pretty well. Outside of that, that's what he is. Shadur Sanders, upside starter. He's been cooking. You saw it in preseason. That one game, you saw it all throughout training camp. You saw all through rookie camp, OTAs, minicamp. You got to give him his credit. Now, I saw some weird things because I got that comment section from that video. Some people said he was scared against the Eagles defense. I mean, he played behind that Colorado offensive line, especially that first season, and having to endure all that. I don't think he's worried about that. I don't think he is. I don't think he's worried about that. Not at all. I don't think that's an issue. I think he's willing to take whatever's out in front of him. I don't think he's worried about that. I don't think that's it. He's in a weird situation here with the Browns. He just needs to keep stacking days, playing well. And he's not just auditioning for a spot on this roster. He's also auditioning for other teams. Another person mentioned in one of the videos in the comment section that no other team's going to want to touch him. They didn't draft him, so they're not going to want to touch him. He's been stacking days for 4 or 5 months now in practice. Not missing a beat. Not very many errant throws. And that is a testament to the accuracy of being able to push the ball downfield. Like I've been saying, he's got a pretty ball. It's pretty down the sideline in tight windows. He's pretty around the red zone. You saw that in preseason. He drifts in the pocket a little bit back in Colorado, but you also got to take into account that offensive line at Colorado too. The thing about that is we do not know. He hasn't been getting many opportunities with the ones. We do not know where he's really at developmental-wise. Like, we have stories and stuff from behind the scenes, from before practice and in the quarterback room and all that. Flacco's taking him under his wing. Flacco's been a good resource for him. But whatever test that's been thrown out to him, he's passed. That's the thing about this. And it's not just like, oh, he's passing these tests. We like him. He should be the starter. It's like you're seeing Gabriel with the ones, getting opportunities with the ones yesterday. He's completing 6 and 19. Why is he not getting opportunity with the ones? Why is he not getting a chance? Why is he not getting more opportunities? He got a lot of opportunities the other day. But from what I gathered, they were prepping for the joint practices, letting Flacco getting a ton of opportunities, letting the first team get a lot of opportunities, and then letting him get a lot of opportunities in the preseason game. That's what it was sounding like to me. And it sounded like maybe in that joint practice yesterday, he would have got a limited amount of opportunities. It sounded like that. I do not know. I kind of got that inference, I believe, from Cameron Justice, one of the beat writers, how they're trying to divvy up the workload in these games and practices here in the preseason. Could be off, could be wrong. It is the Browns. But they do like to run their starters more in the joint practices, getting them looks. And they do not like to film in the joint practices. And a lot of teams don't film in the joint practices, but a lot do too. A lot of them do too. All in all, it's been a good training camp. Let's just say this. He won rookie camp. He won OTAs. He won minicamp. He won training camp. He passed all those tests. Now we're going to get in season. We're going to see if he gets an opportunity. Flacco might ball out. Flacco's done that before. He might not. Flacco can be very volatile. He can go in games where he has runs of picks. He can surprise you and push it downfield. If that happens, kudos to him. But if not, we got to see who's the next quarterback coming up. We got to see, is it going to be Pickett? He's been out with a hamstring. The thing is, they can be like, we don't know what we got with Kenny Pickett. We might ride with him. Could it be Dillon Gabriel? They seem like they like him. No matter how many incompletes, interceptions, batted down balls, they'll still roll with Gabriel. Or are they going to pull in Shedeur? Are they going to pull up on him middle of the year, somewhere down there? Maybe it's like week 12 or something like that, and he gets his opportunity. You're going to be waiting for a little bit. I believe they're going to be using the other quarterbacks before they use Shedeur. It's just what you're seeing here with the workload and touches. Do I agree? I believe he needs opportunity to prove himself. They should have done that. He earned it. He earns opportunities to prove himself. And the thing about him, he's a day 3 pick, 5th rounder, cheap contract. If he works out, you got 2 first-round picks next year you can build around him. And so far, he's working out. He's doing well. And you got to up the tests on him to see what you got in him for you to move forward. If not, somebody else is going to get him. But if he fails, then you know, and you move out, you move forward. It is what it is. But you got to see what you got here at least. You got to see what you got. They don't know what they got with Shedeur. They don't know what they have. They don't allow him enough run to be able to get the opportunity to showcase what he's got. And that's what we've seen here in training camp. There's been a lot of practices where you're refreshing the beat writers and you're waiting for him to get that opportunity. You're waiting for him to get out there and get some looks. And it's later in practice. The numbers roll out. He's completed 70% of his passes. But half the practice he wasn't out there. And you're like, come on. Come on. And people just look at the numbers like, man, he had a great practice. In my head, that wasn't a fair practice. I won't say bad, but it wasn't a fair practice. He's stacking days, though. He's been killing it. He's been passing all the tests. We got to see what we get in season. If he's back out there, we will have the clips. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.